the 62 billion pending bill is something which has accrued over a period of almost 5-6 years. The reason why that has happened is because the old system, the formula that we used to use in allocating funds to our universities was commonly known as DUC, differentiated unit cost, where in each and every program, the amount of money that the government was supposed to give to the universities per student was 80% of the cost of that program. So the pending bills accrued because we were not sending adequate enough funds to universities, because like last financial year, the amount of money that we were able to disperse to our universities was 48%. So 32% were not dispersed. So it is because of that they were not able to pay for statutory deductions like pay as you earn, NHIF, pensions, and the rest. So we are also getting reports from each and every university and putting up a case with the government. Most likely what we are requesting for is a waiver, particularly for KRA payments, so that those past years they can be given a waiver. But moving forward, each and every university, because we are now going to give them enough funds, they must pay for pay as you earn and other compulsory statutory deductions, as it were. As far as our teachers who were examiners in last year's exam is concerned, we so far don't have any pending bill. We have been able to pay each and every one of them who was able to participate in the national examinations last year. And moving forward, I have undertaken that we will be able to do better than other years, and most likely we will be able to be given adequate funds so that we will be able to pay our examiners in good time. This financial year moving forward, we have changed the formula such that from next calendar year, first term we will be giving 50% of the total requirement, second term we will be giving 30%, and then the final term, which is third term, we will be giving 20%, which by the end of the calendar year we then make 100%. And I assure you that ever since the time this administration came into place, there has been a lot of improvement in the disbursement of capitation funds. And you are aware that moving forward, we will also be able to do our best so that we give and disperse capitation funds in good time. Why do I say so? Of course, there are so many sectors which also require funds, but I'm happy to report that the National Treasury has been able to give the Ministry of Education priority, because capitation, we have it not only in secondary schools, in our TVET institutions, and in our universities, such that each and every time that we have been able to make up a case, they have given us adequate funds for the same. Generally, we must say we are stable. It's not the way the situation used to be, and the situation, if anything, is getting better, because that is our country, that is Kenya, and we have to fix it. The security challenges we have in that part of the country, we must and we have to fix it. And I thank my brother, Professor Kindiki, for what he has done in the Kerio-Fare, all those areas where, because of insecurity, some schools had been closed down. We have now been able to reopen schools, and the isolated incident that happened in northern Kenya, we cannot be able to generalize and say that there is insecurity all over. So I want to assure our teachers that all is well, and the government is on it, is doing all that is necessary for every security of any given individual to be taken care of, because the cardinal and the primary responsibility of government is to ensure that there is proper security of human life and also people's property.
The new funding model will see to it that government gives a scholarship to those that are vulnerable. 82% a scholarship or grant. And then the remaining 18% will be paid by, or will be, the student will get a loan from Higher Education Loans Board. Because this was an issue of concern to Kenyans. And what's more, in the new funding model, and which we really support as a committee, that a student will also, over and above the loan that they're going to receive for the balance after government gives the grant, that the student will now also have a stipend for their upkeep, going to as much as 60,000 per annum for vulnerable learners. And I think I want to take this opportunity also to thank His Excellency the President for asking the professionals to come up with this funding model. Because as we speak, every learner will go to school, will report to the university, even without any cent, and they'll be paid another 60,000 for their upkeep. There cannot be a better way of taking care of hustlers than